Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone. We're now collecting weekly. We bring everyone in at the one time and we talk about something random. Only joking, we're still us. Shout out to Collecting Weekly. So, hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and this is episode 97 of the Hope Show weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV show, music, pop culture, that kind of stuff. So, guys, I had a bit of a win during the week. I explained this to you. I think I explained it. I explained it to you already. But so during the week, obviously, or the weekend, should we say, I was unboxing the T1000 from Hot Toys, the 2.0, the MMS 774, and I was doing a review. And as usual, as I was making the review, I was recording little shorts and stuff like that and uploading them. So I uploaded this particular short, and I'd recently started following Rip the Fighter, and I tagged him in it because Rip the Fighter is actually Robert Patrick, and I tagged him in it, and Robert Patrick actually commented on the T1000 figure. So the guy who plays the T1000 actually commented on the figure. I figured I shot my shot, seeing as Hot Toys had given him a copy, I think, or someone gave him a copy, and he seems to be kind of covering a lot in his Instagram and social media. But I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, that was my little story for the weekend. I was very proud of that. Probably a bit too proud, to be honest. How are you doing, guys? You good?
Not too shabby.
Good,
Not too
Yeah,
shabby.
good.
Really good.
All good?
Bob must be well rested.
I'm very well rested. I needed it. I needed 2 weeks off. Thank you.
Sun, sand, etc.
Yeah, just catching up with all the everything that's happened, because I deliberately didn't get the internet package so that I could have a proper break.
Yeah,
So it's been
good call.
interesting coming back and catching up with all the
Million notifications.
YouTube content and releases, and just trying to get my head around it. So good.
And how did that work? Say with the internet, you didn't get the internet package, so like,
Yeah.
did you find you're on your phone a lot less?
Yeah, I did. So the cruise ships work that you have to buy an internet package to get the internet at sea, but it works out about 300 quid for two of you for 2 weeks.
Wow.
What you can do is just wait till you get to each port and then pick up 4 and 5G for free.
Yeah.
So every other day we had half the days at sea were sea days, so no internet, and then roughly every other day was a port, so you pick up your 4G and 5G there. So yeah, so you have a nice break from the internet, which actually is surprisingly refreshing.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if it was enjoyable.
Yeah, totally, mate. Just away from everything, like just like life. I don't know. It's like going back to the 80s where life was what happened each day.
You remember the 80s, don't you, Jim?
What you read about.
So well, like it was yesterday.
Jim's about to light up his pipe and tell us a story about the good old days. When I was just a fetus. That's good. That's good. I know what you mean, though, Bob. It's like, there was a time when kids went out and played and there wasn't a phone inside, type of thing. Like,
yeah, it was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been on a cruise, man. That sounds interesting. And is it one of those? Were you on one of those huge ships that's almost like a floating city?
Yeah, we were on the Iona, which is one of P&O's. I think it's its second biggest. We've done a few cruises now, so we've been on Iona before. So there's about 5,000 people on the ship, including crew. There's about 1,000 crew.
Deadly.
15 levels. Well, 14 levels because they never have a level 13. You'll find on a cruise ship.
It's the same as I don't think there's a level 13 in a lot of hotels. It's like a superstitious thing.
Yeah. So big, but you don't. The ship is so big, you don't feel like you're in. You never feel claustrophobic.
That's what I was going to
Very well
ask you.
laid
Do you forget you're on a ship, do you? And you're like,
Yes. Yeah.
just a floating
I mean, we
city,
always have.
really.
Yeah, we always have a balcony in our cabin, so we can just have our own little bit of outside space. I'd always recommend that. But when you're walking around the shops, I saw 4 movies at the cinema. So I saw Ballerina, I saw Thunderbolts,
Oh,
I
wow.
saw
Didn't know they
Sinners.
did that.
Yeah, so
Nice.
they got some
Nice one.
they got four cinemas which have about 30 people in each.
Wow.
Aw.
Which are really
They
good.
got 4 cinemas.
Yeah, I mean they're only small ones, but
That's
it's a
pretty
big screen and all the sound, the sound as
It's
you would
like a whole
expect.
town.
Yeah,
It's literally like a floating city. I think
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Mad.
The
casino.
right.
Yeah,
Deadly. And did you try your luck?
I did. Yeah, I did all right. I think just about a little bit better than broke even on the slots. So that's all right. I'll take that. Yeah.
And is it
lots of
what the
bars?
package-
About
Was
15
it all
bars.
inclusive, or
Yeah, all inclusive. Yeah.
and how did the bars work?
it's-
Can you just go up and get a beer, and if you're in the all inclusive
Yeah,
package,
well,
they
again-
don't charge you for it then?
Again, you can buy a drinks package, and we worked out you have to drink 6 drinks a day each to break even on a drinks package.
Easy money.
It's doable.
So
It's doable.
you pay your money and you take your choice, don't you?
So have they gone into bankruptcy now? Have they, Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I remember living in Abu Dhabi and going to the brunches there in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and depending on where you're going, like the more swanky the hotel, the more expensive the package would be. So it could range anywhere from 200 dirham, it should be about £50 or whatever, €50, and then to 400 dirham, which is about €100, and it's all inclusive, like brunch for like 4 hours, and
Wow.
but sure, like
Yeah.
you see the Irish like doing the dog in it. It's like it'd be like 3:45 whenever it finishes, and you get the waiter come around going last orders, and suddenly everyone wants 10 bottles of Heineken. Like, so
Yeah.
you're walking out of the place because they close the place like at 4 o'clock, like sharp. There, everyone's out, up, get out, and like you're walking past like tables of literally could be 50 beer bottles just that have just been
Wow.
opened and laid down, and just complete waste because people are over ordering,
Yeah.
But we're going to address the chat real quick. So thank you very much for being here. We have got Tiny Art Guy, who's obviously a channel member and a panel member, back from his holidays. Of course, we've got Rogue One Photography, Phil, so he's a channel member. He's a panel member and wielder of the Blue Wrench. We got Shaky, who is a diehard Terminator fan, from what I understand. Again, we have another channel member and panel member. We've got Harrison. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, Jim Collector as well. 16 Mike, our newest channel member, thank you very much. He joined the Troopers there last week. We got Dougito, shout out to you, sir. Erman Hazim, Erman Hazim, shout out all the way from Malaysia, brothers. I hope I got the name right, Erman. Who else do we have here? We got the Humble Collector UK. He is a regular around these parts. We have got hello community of collectors. Here's a horse race term. I broke my maiden because I have finally started a YouTube channel. Interesting. I didn't realize that. So Moose Stream is the name. Please help. If you know, you know. Okay. Shout out to Moose Stream there. He's entered the realm of content creating. The first thing you need to do, man, is do a collection tour. Guaranteed a few hundred subs. That's the easy way. That'd be if I just take some time, get that collection tour up, and the subs will come. Yeah, so there you have it. If you want to follow Moose subscribe to Moose. Angry Dog Hobby. We need a clean version of the Endoskeleton. Maybe Terminator 1 Battle Damage. The clean version of the Endoskeleton from Terminator 2 is absolutely coming. They're marketing this one as the War Loss version. I kind of like that. It's a Battle Damage version, but the translation said War Loss. I have, for some reason, my internet is kind of well, it's not my internet. Don't know my internet. It's the something on Chrome. The YouTube, just the YouTube tab isn't really doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I do have the link to channel members, but unfortunately I can't actually pin it. So I might try later on, but or maybe I'll try. Actually, I might try now on the app on the phone and see if this actually works. It may or may not. Ah, there we go. Okay, so the pinned comment, as usual, is the link to become a channel member, which will be important in today. 98, 99, 3 weeks time. Today, 3 weeks time, because we're doing a channel members giveaway. I have more details on that to follow. We got Kyle Goodwin. We have the 6 scale gallery. Thanks very much, Alan. And we're going to be talking about that armory today, actually, the Dark Knight armory. We got Vita, channel member, and Jim's better half. Make sure you follow Vita, aka her geeky side, for her photography on Instagram. And all right, so I'm gonna start into look, Harrison, what would you like to discuss first? I'll put up the grid here so you can actually see it, and you can choose what you want to talk about first. All right, what you want to talk about, Harrison?
Start with a snap.
Okay, straight in there. Start with the snap. Excellent choice. Okay, so I've tried to use the kind of this week's announcements and stuff like that to kind of influence the snap. So as usual, if you're just maybe this is new to you folks, but if you are new, I'm going to show 2 images to the panel, and they'll have to each decide which one they're going to Thanos snap out of existence. There can only be one choice. All right, so this is keeping with the theme. On the left, you have the T-800 Endoskeleton from Terminator 1. More on that later on, the differences between these by INART. So that's literally just a screenshot of what we saw in the Wonderfest. So on the left, the T-800 Endoskeleton from Terminator 1 by INART. And on the right, the T-800 Endoskeleton Terminator 2 by Hot Toys. What do you think, Bob? Which one would you prefer if you could only have one?
Question. Only just seen these today. That's a toughie, isn't it?
You're on the spot now.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm making a snap decision, I'd have to go with the INART one, because I can't see any. I don't know enough about them to know any difference, but just the fact that INART seem to make the better quality figures.
By the end of this live stream, you will be in the know, Bob. Trust me.
I will.
This is like Christmas for me. What about yourself, Phil? So you're going to go INART in that, and any particular reason, or just prefer the look of it? Bob, was there any particular reason you picked INART, or just prefer the look of it?
Out of the 2 images, it looks the shinier, better, crisper one.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
And also, it's INART. That's all. That's all I can go on. The fact that INART generally make better figures.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Phil.
Presume the INART is diecast, is it? Or do we not know?
The INART is partially diecast. You're very low, Phil. Is it just me, or is he quite low? I can try boost him on the side.
Any better?
Nope. 1 second.
My mic is actually playing up because it's.
Oh yeah, you're actually maxed here. I've got you maxed out at 200, so it's just it's
You do
just
sound
quite
very,
low.
very quiet.
Yeah. Go on anyway. Maybe if you just
snap the Hot Toys simply based on INART's reputation so far. When you compare the figures, and if it is supposedly partially diecast, then yeah, snap the Hot Toys. Keep the INART.
Okay, Jim.
Yeah, this is tough, because your gut says INART, right? Because generally they make better figures, but some of Hot Toys' best stuff is diecast related. So
That's a great point.
So for me, it kind of comes down to, because the INART one looks clean, whereas it's battle damage for the Hot Toys. So I'm going to go for the clean look and go for INART based on that.
Okay. So a clean sweep for INART so far, and then Harrison.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
again, but more for the fact that they got the teeth right on that one. Like I mentioned last time, the teeth.
What's your biggest bugbear?
It was my biggest thing was the teeth, and then they got the teeth right for me. They just have that creepy, real teeth factor to it.
And I'm going to, as much as I agree, INART tend to make better figures. I've always preferred the design. They're not the same, and I prefer the design of the T800 from Terminator 2. And I'd actually go Hot Toys in this one. I would go Hot Toys in this one purely, well, for the most part, because I prefer the design of the T800 from Terminator 2. So, yeah, that's it. So the next one, which kind of got me thinking, there's a lot of speculation about what is going on with this. Sorry, there's just, what is this? I don't know why this is.
It's like he's talking to himself up there.
Here we go. Yeah, so there's been a lot of speculation about, like, you know, people are saying that the INART one's going to be fully die-cast, but we haven't seen any pre-order images, we haven't seen any description. And then people are saying that the Hot Toys version, the one from Terminator 2, has been advertised as die-cast, but we're wondering how much will be die-cast. And we know that they excel in die-cast, like their Iron Man's figures, or the engineering on them, they're a thing of beauty. It's their flagship. They're fantastic at it. It's hard to, you look at the Iron Man, and not only is it heavy, but even it looks like it's made of metal, because it is. And then the engineering, it's like the articulation they get out of those figures, especially with modern Iron Man, is absolutely incredible. So this really got me thinking. They haven't released that the kind of diagram of highlighting where the die-cast parts are, like they have done so before for the Mark 1 Iron Man, you know. So, and even like the K2SO, from what I understand, it's die-cast joints, but the whole thing isn't die-cast. So what would you prefer? This is nothing really to do. The Terminator, the talk of the Terminator talk got me thinking about this, but I have yet to see exactly what parts of the Hot Toys are die-cast, and of course we know very little about the INART one. What would you prefer though? Would you prefer a fully die-cast figure, but the paint job does not 100% match the on-screen appearance? Or would you prefer a figure with no die-cast, but the paint job 100% matches the on-screen appearance? What do you think, Bob?
I would go with a fully die-cast figure. I'm not one of those people that's extremely rigid about my toys looking exactly like they are in the movies, because myself and anyone that looks at them wouldn't know that particularly anyway, unless they were way off. And just having had a few die-cast figures, they just feel so nice when you get them out of the box and start moving them around, and they stand better. And I've just been, with the ones I've had anyway, I've kind of cherished them more because of that weight. And yeah,
it seems more like a quality product, not flimsy.
Yeah, it feels like you're getting your money's worth, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'd agree. What do you think, Phil?
You're on mute, Phil, at the moment.
I think you're on mute. Can't hear you, buddy.
How's that, guys?
I can hear you now. That's actually much better. Yeah. Yeah, that's much better.
I'm going to disagree with Bob. I would prefer a great paint job over die cast. Don't get me wrong, the quality in hand feels better. But I believe owning the C3PO, I think if that was all plastic with a really good paint job, I'd be happier with that than I would be die cast with a poor paint job, then, if you like.
Okay. The C3PO though is pretty. You like the paint job on the C3PO is good though, but you're just using that as an example, is it? Or?
Yeah. So if that was in plastic and the paint job was as good as what that die cast is, then I would be happy to own a plastic version of it.
Yeah.
personally. So I would snap the paw paint job die cast and keep the 100% paint job with plastic.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you, Harrison?
I'd have to agree with that one. I think once it's on the shelf, you don't really know, you wouldn't know if it's metal or not. So I'd rather it look exactly how it was on the screen rather than have it fully die cast.
Yeah, in an ideal world, I would want die cast parts. Once the price isn't astronomical, I want die cast parts, perfect articulation, and a perfect paint job. I don't want to have to choose, and a price point that's not going to break the bank. But if I had to choose, if it came down to it, when it's like, okay, you can get a fully die cast figure, but the paint job doesn't match the screen appearance, I think I'd prefer a figure with no die cast, but the paint job actually matches the on-screen appearance. Because it's, you're only really going to touch it when you take it out of the box. Once you pose it up, you're going to leave it on the shelf, and it has to just kind of look good and emulate what was on the screen. But in an ideal world, I'd like both. Yeah, I can definitely hear an echo there coming through. I wonder, is it like if I'm going, I think maybe if I'm going in through someone else's mic, maybe. So maybe it's if we mute and then when we need to make a point, unmute. Because sometimes it can happen. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. It just goes into a loop. Jim's back. Just in time, Jim.
Whee.
What would you
Perfect timing.
What would you do?
I go fully die-cast. Further metal fill, I reckon it's less fiddly on some of these figures you tend to use die-cast for. Like, for example, the Endoskeleton would be quite fiddly, I think, if it's fully plastic. And also, I don't know if you mentioned this because I wasn't here, but it could be like 99% matching, so I could live with that. Yeah,
that is a loophole if ever I heard one.
Yeah, you left it. You left it there.
I did, yeah. I did. So yeah, this is an easy one then. It's just like, what if you had to choose one of them? What would you snap? I'll go first really quickly. I'd have to snap the Dark Knight Rises one because Dark Knight Armory, it's the better movie.
Which one's which?
The Rises on the left, and the kids, and the Dark Knight is on the right.
Okay.
Go, Jim.
I go with the. I think I'd go with the Dark Knight one. I prefer the look of the armory. For me, the head sculpt in that one looks slightly better as well. And you get him fully suited and booted.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Because
the one on the left is like 50% him and then 50% not. It's like halfway through his face, they just lost it. I'm not sure. Like, you can see who it is, but
it's. I think, I do know the way I describe it. It's Christian Bale, but he's been dead for about a month. Like it looks vampire. Do you know what I mean? It looks
it looks very. Yeah.
It does a bit like he belongs in like he's a Walking Dead or something like that. You know. Harrison, if you had to pick one, what would you snap? What would you get rid of?
I'd snap Rises. I think the Dark Knight Armory looks better.
Cool. Phil?
Yeah, same. Snap the Rises, keep the Dark Knight.
And Bob?
Yeah, I actually owned the Rises one for a little while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very impressed.
I remember, yeah.
Especially the fact it fit into the 1/6 110s. If anyone's thinking of getting it, you'd have to take the lights out and then put them back in, but it fits in. That's an aside, but useful to some maybe.
What do you mean take the lights out and put them back in? Or
so you know the strip lights. So the strip lights you push in on like
right
on like what do you call it? It's got like sticky stuff, and you push them on the lights. And what they do is they come slightly down below the rim of the case. So what they do is they take a couple of mil off the height, and you need every millimetre you can to squeeze this bad boy into the 110.
Right.
But if you just pull those lights off for 5 minutes, it'll go in, angle it in, it'll go in, and then you can put the lights back on.
Good to know. That's on a 110.
Yeah, that's in a 110. So just a tip there, if to double check the height of these things for your cabinets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you get them. I got lucky because the measurements I saw on it underestimated the height. I think they included something like a piece of packaging as well, or not. But do get it from someone who's already got the thing. because that would have been very disappointing. But I would snap that now, knowing because it was very frosty. The light was very intense, and I do like the sort of moody light of the newer one.
Yeah.
And I think
Even
the
though
figure as well. The figure wasn't
yeah.
great in hand. It was no better. It was slightly better in hand, but
Mhm.
it wasn't as good as you wanted it to be. So yeah, definitely snap.
Yeah, it's a pity, like, because I can't rule out completely the one on the right, but I do think I have been waiting for INART, so I'm going to continue to do so. But like, this is my favorite bat suit, but I would like an armory. But I think what lets down that one on the right, we're going to talk about it later on, is this the sculpt and the cowl. I think the cowl looks kind of goofy, and like they just haven't got that one right. And the head sculpt is, yeah, we'll talk about it later anyway. So well, I have you there, Bob. What you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Harley Quinn.
Okay, so we've got 2 different versions here as well. So do you want me to go to the artisan one or the rooted one?
Either or.
Okay.
Maybe the rooted one. Hold on. You mean the sculpted
oh, sorry.
one?
I mean, I should have said,
confused.
rooted or sculpted. Yeah.
You're trying to throw me off here, aren't you?
I did actually. I threw myself off there. So this is the artisan version, based in the likeness of Margot Robbie, allegedly, and from the movie Suicide Squad. What do you think, Bob? I'm just going to scroll through these photos.
Yeah, I've all the images I've seen this weekend, I prefer the sculpted one.
A lot of people saying that.
Oh, okay. I was listening to I can't remember his name. Is it Costa? Talking about hoping that we can actually pose them as they are here with some of the, because she looks kind of good with kind of slightly kooky legs, doesn't she? Like with her knees bent in and stuff like that. So.
Oh right, I see. Yeah, I got you.
You know, the way she holds herself is very distinctive. You know, you'd hate her to have legs that pose look like Catwoman, for example. You know, or
yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean? So I think I do really like the figure, and but I would go with sculpted. I've just got a sculpted Scarlet Witch over the artisan one, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm going to stick with sculpted. I think
I'm going to flick through the sculpted images here now. I get what you're saying, because if they've gone silicone body, and like, I think like they've done a great job with the silicone body. It looks very feminine, very natural. For like years, their Hot Toys male and female figures had no butts. But obviously they've put more effort into being anatomically correct and all this. I do think that they've made her curvier. I mean, obviously, let's call a spade a spade. Same thing I said last week on Tuesday's stream when I was streaming with Harrison. Like, Margot Robbie, very talented actress, and she's basically a genetic miracle of beauty. But like, I don't think it looks like her, and I also don't. I think the body is curvier than she was even in the movie. Like, I know she's incredibly attractive, and I get all that. Like, but I think they've made this too curvy. But it still looks very, very natural and stuff like that. Have you ever heard people saying like she has no belly button? I'm like, how did you notice these details? But okay, fair enough. Yeah, so obviously they're showcasing some of her assets there. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, I think.
Does it look like Margot Robbie? Does it look like her?
Certain angles with the eyes pointing in certain directions, I think they've nailed it. But then in other directions, it looks nothing like her. It's really weird. I don't know why. It can't be just a lighting thing. It's just maybe the association of how I remember her from the movie with certain looks upon her face. I don't know what it is about it, but there are some photographs that I think, yeah, that's Margot Robbie all day long. And then there are others where it just doesn't look anything like it to me. I don't think it's a bad sculpt. It does need improving. It's probably 7 or 8 out of 10 for me. The biggest off-put for me really is the body proportions, like you mentioned. I think she is far more curvier than how I remember her anyway from the Suicide Squad movies. So.
I find it sorry to interrupt. I find it really funny how like the Hot Toys make specific examples of like they showcase these parts as if they're accessories. Like, but I suppose they're showcasing the fact that they've got the body anatomically correct to a curvy woman, but not necessarily correct to Margot Robbie's physique. But sorry for
Yeah, I
everyone.
agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with what you're saying there. It's a fantastic looking body, if you like.
She
but
looks like a very good cosplayer.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not her physique, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. But that there, to me, I think that looks like Margot Robbie. But maybe I never watched the movie enough and paid enough attention. But
the way her eyes are there, it looks like she's been smoking something. To be honest, like.
But it looks like a person who smoked something.
It does look
to
like
me.
a person. Yeah, it does look like a person. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone want to?
But I mean,
go on.
it'd be interesting to see maybe Shiny will drop in later and drop his thoughts in the chat. But I don't think it's bad. But if you're forking out for the artisan, then personally, I think I'd like to see some improvements with. They're not going to improve the figure anyway. They're not going to do anything with that. You may get some.
I still think this looks incredible. Like, I think this is going to absolutely pop on the shelf for multiple different reasons. The color code, like those kind of bright colors, the bright blue and the bright red, the kind of bomber jacket. Like all her outfit, like it looks. It's going to stand out on the shelf as well as that. Like I really don't have too many female characters. I think I got Black Widow on the way. And Ahsoka, that inner Catwoman I'd be interested in if they nail it, but like it will shine on the shelf. I do think it's going to be a very good figure, probably a good representation of Harley Quinn, just not necessarily of Margot Robbie. I'm struggling to see the likeness here, to be honest. But like, what's that? Is that like a little handbag or something she has or whatever? Like, the details are incredible. The detail on the boots, the detail on the baseball bat. Is the base magnetic?
That's what I was just wondering, because it looks like it might be.
So.
I don't think
Similar to the Black Widow.
pictures.
You don't think so, Harrison?
No, from when it was on display, it just had a sort of a clear pole with a waist grabber.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame because like it's funny how they're picking and choosing because the Black Widow is magnetic, the Black Widow base, and then of course Wonder Captain America is magnetic, and it's like pick a lane, lads. It's like. Some things light up by USB and some things don't. It doesn't. There's like a bit of consistency here, folks. What's up, Jose? And who else do we've got? The original one is better. I still have the one. No, it's not. I'm sorry, man. I completely disagree. No disrespect, it's not. Look at the knee joints. Look at the knees, man. It's. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I just respectfully disagree with you there. I think this one. I think you probably have an argument in terms of maybe the other one looked more like Margot Robbie. I was in the camp where a lot of people didn't like the way she was she had that kind of laughing sculpt, didn't she, with her mouth open? I thought that captured the mischievous nature of the character. And I think that one actually looks a bit more like Margot Robbie than this one. So I agree with you in that sense, but yeah, that's fair. Okay, we can agree on that. But I think overall though, damn, sorry, I'm getting notes in here. Myself and Ben talking about creatine and protein. Thank God it was nothing inappropriate.
Could have been worse.
We're talking about creatine and protein. Yeah, that could have been so much worse. Like, watch Ben now. If he knows I'm live, he'll quickly write something. I'm gonna mute him in another tab. I gotta mute him really quickly. Yeah, I commented on one of his. I saw his story, and basically he was working out. And Ben's like 6'2". He's a pretty good, pretty big guy. He's and I went and I commented. He goes, "Man, you're a bloody unit." And he's like, "Oh, just kind of thanks." And I was like, I was like, "Yeah, consistency is key, and creatine helps too." And he's like, "Yeah, creatine and protein." Kind of like similar to the conversation we had back a few months ago or whatever. Yeah, or sorry, a few weeks ago. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. And Punish said he put the knee pads on her. That was a good call. Mike Fayella, hey everyone, Harley Quinn looks good in my opinion. Sculpt for the win on this one. Yeah, I think the sculpt just needs improvement. I kind of agree with Punisher XS there. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, Ian, AKH, and Silver Fox said, "Evening, lads, in sunny Aberdeen." That has to be sarcasm. It never suns in Aberdeen. Got a whiff of this coming and sold my 1.0 before it was revealed. Sculpted all the way. Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely like the body portion is so much better in this. I think this is a better figure. I just don't think the likeness is there to Margot Robbie. Who wants to? Anyone want to have a point to raise in this one, or?
Yeah, I think the fact that we're getting the tattoos on the silicone now, that's a really vast improvement as well, and opens the doors for a lot of other characters that have tattoos on the body. If they can start nailing and it doesn't rub off, I think that's a real big improvement as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Good stuff. Any other thoughts?
I'm curious on the likeness. What specifically do we think is off about it? Because I when I first saw this, I was like, that likeness isn't good. But the more I look at it and pictures of her, I'm like, I can see it's off, but I can't specify. If someone's like, oh, what's off with it? I'll be like, I don't know, just something.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Sometimes someone says, oh, the sculpt is off, and then people will challenge going, what's off about it? Like, explain what's off about it.
I think,
and I get that, and that's legit. But you know the way sometimes you quickly look at something, and there's probably about 100 little tiny little things that it's called chunking. It's like you look at something. Let me see. Tennis players do it, where a lot of sports people do it. But trying to give the example about tennis, it's like when a tennis player someone's serving against them, and if they've been playing for like years, they're looking at not just one piece of information from the opposing player who's serving towards them. It's like, you know, like their stance, their movement, the way they twist their body, the height of the racket. They're not like analyzing all those things individually. They're collective. It's called chunking. All those tiny little data points are kind of like chunked together as one piece of data because they've been doing it all their life. So we've been looking at faces all our lives, and like we don't look at individual little pieces of information. Maybe like we could do that if we put up a photo of Margot Robbie and then a photo of this, then we could literally go, okay, well, the face is too wide, or the nose is too narrow, or the lips are too thick, or whatever like that. I just haven't done that. But you know, when you take a quick look at something, you're like, yeah, that doesn't seem all the way there. I think that is because of that process just called chunking. So
out of interest, have you, because that's a good point, because if we look at the Black Widow that's just come out, that's like a good Scarlett Johansson likeness, but I'm not convinced it's the best likeness for Iron Man 2 and how she looks in that film, because she looks quite different in that film as to how she looks later on. So I look at it, I'm like, that's Scarlett Johansson. But if I get like a side-by-side picture, I'm like, she looks, to be fair, in Iron Man 2, she doesn't even look like Scarlett Johansson to a certain extent. It's interesting. But I just thought that was weird, because there's like elements in that sculpt of Margot Robbie where I'm like, well, I can see her jaw, I can see her chin, I can see her eyebrows, I can see her nose. But then, and I always wonder if it's because when you move your head around, like, because obviously you got like skin and stuff, like it changes your features somewhat. So I always wonder if that's why some head sculpts are more angle dependent than others. Because like Phil was saying, like it depends on the angle you see that sculpt from. Some it looks good, others you're like, who is that? It's an interesting
your face
aspect,
is never completely still, because all the muscles on your face when you're talking or you're sneezing or just like yawning, or even just like even when you walk, like there's probably bits of your face moving.
Yeah,
then how do you explain certain sculpts being dead ringers?
Yeah, exactly. It's
people,
interesting.
The thing is, I think because somebody like Harley Quinn had so many different expressions, whereas like Wolverine, for example, was probably limited. He just looked angry, didn't he, most of the time? Or he grimaced, or whatever the case may be. Whereas Harley Quinn probably went through different sorts of emotions. But it's like you said, the laughing sculpt was a great sculpt. But if that had movable eyes, I bet you could only put those movable eyes in certain positions without it looking ridiculous. And I think it's the same with this. She's got the expression, and I think if the eyes are in the right position, she looks cheeky then, if you like. Whereas in others, it just doesn't suit, and it looks odd.
That's true.
Pardon the pun.
That's true. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other thoughts on Margot Robbie? Or well, that's can open worms everywhere.
Different topic.
About Harley Quinn. All right. New this week. Anyone get anything new this week?
No, nothing at
No,
all.
nothing coming
Nice.
to me.
Yeah, I did. I got.
You did?
Yeah, I got the
You've not even been
and I know. I got the Endgame Scarlet Witch.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. And do you went sculpted or rooted?
I went sculpted.
I would go
yeah.
sculpted on that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a figure I might in the future maybe possibly pick up
Yeah,
if
it's
we
a
do an
nice
endgame
figure.
display.
Very nice
Yeah.
figure.
Cool. All right. Well, that was quick. All right. Phil, what do you want to pick?
Let's go Doom, please.
No problem. Okay, so Doom is here. What do you think? I'm going to scroll through these, and I've no thoughts on this, folks. I've never read a comic book with Dr. Doom in it. I'm just going to scroll through these. I have no thoughts on this. I'm going to sit this one out. I'll just scroll, and you can tell me whether to stop or move on to something else. You go. Anyone at all?
Yeah, I'll go. I really, really like this. I'm not a real big comic fan, but I think this piece is, with this photography as well, is unbelievable. Some of the shots. That faceplate in particular. I also like the fact that he has a face underneath, and I didn't realise that when he was swapping the masks, that there was actual face that was underneath it. So that's very cool. It adds a lot of depth to it. But as a whole piece, if you're a comic fan and you like Doctor Doom, it's a no-brainer for this. I would say it's just such a good piece. It's going to really stand out. And even if you're on the fence and waiting for Doomsday, that's going to be so many years before you even see that piece, if it even is a piece in the future. So you're going to get so much out of this. Like that shot, that is amazing. That shot.
Is that the Darkhold?
Great on this.
Is that the Darkhold? That book? Is that the same book that was in Multiverse of Madness?
I don't know, but it does look very similar.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is he a magic user? I know literally. The 2000s.
No, he's a
films is what I know of this
pediatrician.
guy. See?
I have no idea what he's a doctor of or what his
He's a Doctor of Doom.
his
Clearly.
power. Yeah, but Doctor Doom. I don't know what his power set is. Someone in the comments would let us know.
Does he come with all this stuff that's shown in these photographs?
I think so. Yeah.
It's quite
Comes
cool.
with these
isn't
two
it?
jellyfish.
That bit.
It does
And
look
the
awesome,
Darkhold.
to be fair. I was tempted to pick this up, but I've just decided now.
The
Yeah,
gun's
I'm
so
saying,
random.
I think they were better off going down the Horner route with this, because I think they've added, to justify the price point, they've added far too many accessories. I think if they had released this as a Horner, they probably would have sold a lot more, because people are obviously in anticipation for the Doomsday, which, yeah, you're going to have to wait a while for it. But if this had been Horner and at a Horner price point, I probably would have picked it up. But I'm
Some of these
going to wait.
photos are really good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, really good. It's the sort of things Trevor does. That style of
Yeah,
photography.
yeah. And this is it's like Christmas though for a comic book fan though, because it's like if you're yeah. Sorry, Jim.
I think this guy doing these photos, he's new to the Hot Toys bloggers. I think he's a
This
new
is
one that
Tom.
they've added.
This is Tom. I streamed with this guy before. This guy, I'm pretty sure I met this guy
Yeah.
before in Star Wars Celebration. He streams with Trevor, I believe. Eye of Watto.
Oh, nice.
Watto? I can't pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure this guy streams
Oh yeah, I
with
know.
Trevor
Yeah,
on the
I know,
ones.
yeah.
Really absolute gentleman, really nice fella. And
Quality photos.
I think I streamed him once,
Yeah, they
maybe
are.
twice, and then literally ran into him in Celebration like a week or two later or something. It was mad. I didn't realize he was going to be there, but yeah, nice fella. Tom, I believe his name is Tom. He killed it with these some of these. Anyone picking it up?
No, not for me.
No.
No, not picking this one up.
great for a comic book fan. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of these movies that we like and enjoy, the better ones anyway, they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for someone putting pen to paper. What, the bones of it, a century ago? Some of them go back really far, like maybe not quite a century, but I think we're getting there. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start off, just go through some basics here. So where do we have? All right, folks, so if you're watching, there's 40 people watching live. If you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, please hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification so you get notified when I drop some content. We're at 5,263 subscribers. I could say the journey towards 6,000 has started, but I'm going to say the journey towards 10,000 has started. That's where we're going. That's a big milestone for me, that 10K. So hopefully we're on the right track. So if you're watching now and you're not subscribed, just click the like button, click the subscribe button, hit the bell notification and all that. You might want to go over there and follow me at 16figurefocus on Instagram, where I post kind of reels, unboxings, short reels and unboxings for various different pickups and figure photography, and as well as I promote all the different live streams and new content on my Instagram stories. So the members, shout out to the members. So we've gotten the Troopers tier, 1-6 Mike, Viking Collectibles, Positive Fandom, Frico Calico, Yomo Shiny, The Ben Thomas Show, Dogito, Stanley, Vita aka her geeky side, Tiny Art Guy, Figurecraft, 1-6 Shooter, Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, Ancient Silver Fox, Jose G Hernandez, Brian Wong, Eddie Money Mendez, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Mike L, and of course, last but not least, Ryan Smith. Shout out to the Commanders tier as well, who have all of their YouTube, they have their YouTube handles, YouTube usernames displayed at the end of all of the content, like this. Of course, rest in peace, Mark Mitchell. The giveaway, folks, we're doing on the 100th episode. This is number 97. So on Monday, the 27th of October, on episode 100 of The Hope Show, we are doing a channel members only giveaway. The last time I did a giveaway for the Artisan Anakin Skywalker, I opened it up to everyone, channel members and non-channel members, and gave you different criteria for entry. This time it's exclusively for channel members. I think it's only fair. So how it's going to work, like I said, it's on to mark the 100th episode of The Hope Show on Monday, the 27th of October, which will be episode of 100, all going well. It's open to channel members only. Troopers get 1 entry, Commanders get 3 entries. So we're going to do several different duck races. And how that will work is, let's just say Collecting Weekly. They are a Commanders level channel member. They're going to get 3 entries. So that means one of the ducks will be called Collecting Weekly 1. One of their ducks will be called Collecting Weekly 2. And one of their ducks will be called Collecting Weekly 3. On the other hand, if you are a Troopers tier member, you will still have 1 entry. For example, Brian Wong will just be Brian Wong. But there'll be multiple giveaways. So if Brian Wong hasn't won anything for the first 5 races, he's still in the 6th one. Whereas if Phil is a commander and his Rogue One Photography duck number 1 wins the first giveaway, he gets removed, but his 2nd and 3rd ducks are still alive. So basically, if you were a commander's level channel member, you have 3 entries. And of course, there'll be several giveaways. So what are we giving away? What will be given away? Fusion Reactors have donated not 1, not 2, but 3 light up kits for the brand new DX46 T800 Terminator 2. That's the battle damaged one. Not only does the light up kit, I didn't actually realize this, not only does the light up kit light up the eye, but it actually lights up the base as well. So they must split into USB-C and then an eye kit as well, and then you can plug it in. So just you light up the eye and the USB powered base, which if it's anything like the T1000 one, is bloody incredible. So that's great. So it'll be 3 of them. So let's just say hypothetically, Tiny Art Guy wins the first one. He's going to get that kit. And then if he's a Troopers member tier, he's done then. But then if on the second one a commander wins, let's say Rogue One Photography wins, and their Rogue One Photography has 3 ducks, and it's duck number 2 wins. His duck number 2 will be removed, but he's still got duck number 1 and 3. So there's an advantage to become a commander. But anyway, even if you're on the last ever giveaway and you haven't won anything, you're still in. You only get removed if you win something. Ironworks Customs, these guys specialize in 1/6 scale LED light up kits. LED lightsabers. These arrived today. I've heard nothing but good things. Someone very reliable in the community told me about these guys. Very nice fella. He donated not 1, not 2, but 3 sabers. 1 Vader 1/6 scale saber, 1 Luke Skywalker, and 1. It's actually an Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think I might have said Anakin last day, but so that's 6 giveaways. Then the Luke Light have dedicated or donated $168 of store credit. I believe it's $168 because that's enough money required to kit out 2 Detolfs with their Luke Lights, and I believe they did the same thing last year to mark 4K or something like that. Line Rock Toys, I'm having a chat with them at the moment, and we're working on a figure giveaway, and when I know the exact figure and how that's going to work, that would be kind of the main giveaway. That would be I'll let you know as soon as I know. So yeah, the link to become a channel member is in the description. No obligation, but if you're in, you'll have a chance, either 1 or 3 chances of winning something. New videos live on the channel. This is the most exciting. This is the most excited I've been on any video, I think. So yeah, this is incredible. We're going to talk about this later. My review on the T1000. I'm telling you, man, this figure isn't perfect. Fine, we all know that some of the hands are oversized and some of the stitching isn't great. However, it didn't yuck my young. I was extremely excited about this because I've been waiting for it since 1991. Yeah, check out that review. I'm actually quite proud of that one. There's 3 poses in it. They're very simple, but I nearly ended the review after the first one because I dialed in the pose and I didn't want to actually remove the pose because there's always that risk you mightn't get it in the exact same way again.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it's
pain.
Did you ever sketch when you were
though.
kids? Did you ever sketch, or do you draw, or anyone ever draw?
I can't draw now. I'm terrible.
Well, Bob obviously does a little, but
yeah,
yeah, you've done like yeah. So have you ever? You're the perfect person to ask. Then have you ever like drawn a picture or something, but you're kind of just going, you're just having a doodle, and you're like, that looks really good, and then you go, right, tomorrow I'm going to sit down and I'm going to draw it even better, but I'm going to concentrate. It doesn't come out as good. Have you ever had that?
No. Sometimes you have to leave a picture halfway done because you've just got it and it looks better incomplete. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Learn from experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop. Just stop.
Because I always found like say I take a comic book and I take one panel and I'd sketch it, and sometimes I'd be like, okay, that's okay, and then I was like, I'm gonna try it again, but I'm gonna do it better, and it's not as good. It just should have left it. Yeah. Just forced it.
You can overwork it. it.
Yeah, definitely overcooked. Who hasn't chose? Jim, did you choose anything?
I think so. Is Phil chosen? Or Harrison?
Yeah, I did the Doom.
Yeah? Oh, that's just me.
All right. Go on, Jim.
Should we do... What have we done? Let's knock off Venom in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay. Again, I've no thoughts on this, so I'm just going to flick through and let you talk about it. So what you think, Jim?
Okay, did anyone else always say if they do the comic book Venom, I'm going to get it? And now so much other stuff's come out that you're like, yeah, I can't get this as much as I really want it, because this is probably the best looking Venom figure I've seen. I want it so bad.
The white spider.
It does. It has the spider. It's got the white on his arms. Like the sculpts looks really good as well. Even the base looks pretty dope. But yeah, I always thought I'd pick this up, but I can't do it, unfortunately.
Is it the same body as the Tom Hardy one?
It looks it, but I don't know. Is it smaller? No, it might be the same body.
It looks very similar to the Venom.
Yeah, it does. It looks so good though. Even it's a lot of it's what we've seen before, right? But
say it again.
A lot of we've seen like a lot of this before. It's not completely new. It's just the spider in his chest, the more comic book look, but it just looks so good.
What I understand, they had like a Venom from first movie. Then they did Venom for the second movie. We came at some special part. It's something like, is it like a kind of half Venom, half Tom Hardy sculpt, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
And,
which looked awesome. Yeah.
yeah, and then like they had the huge one from the video game, which is enormous. And already these ones, from what I understand, are a bit oversized as well from what he's used to looking like in the comic. And then there's this one, which they're saying is the comic accurate one, which I think looks very like the Tom Hardy body, just with a white spider. I know there's other different. I don't have the eye for it, but the kind of visceral, gooey, veiny texture. I think
that's what they've done.
Yeah, but what I've heard is
They
in the
blended.
comic that he's actually smoother. That's what I've heard. He's that, then he doesn't have that texture, and he has like kind of blue veins and stuff like that. Again, that's just I'm just listening to people who know more than me, but
Yeah.
So,
I feel like he is just kind of inky black in the comics, from what I remember.
I still think this
I
looks
mean,
cool though.
It does. It does look good, and the other ones are objectively good figures as well. So you'll have no issues from that standpoint. And from what I've heard, the bodies have stood the test of time. The only thing is, I think a lot of people who game one got that for the more accurate look, but now obviously we've got this one. I wonder if that rubbed a few people the wrong way when they switched out on them like that. But no, it looks great.
Okay, it took me a while, but I got there. StreamYard keeps hiding the actual more useful tabs.
It's like musical
anyone
jazz.
else? Yeah, it's mad how he does that. But any other thoughts, folks?
Was this an announcement or a release?
This is a release. You
Release?
see, they're all
Release,
blending
sorry.
into each other.
Yeah, I didn't even realize.
It's too much,
Philly
isn't it, Phil?
Philly's confirming it is Eye of Watto. I'm definitely not pronouncing that. Eye of Watto. Eye of Watto? I don't know. It is Tom though. Yeah, thanks very much. Ian got the Doom and likes it. He got picked up from Hot Toys from US. So that means there's a chance. Good stuff. So he's talking about Tom there. Brilliant.
Nice.
Who else do we have? So we have Feel the Burn is in the building as well. Not to go off on a tangent, but was wondering, what do you think about the Netflix show House of Guinness? If that one says Bonehead one more time, we're going to have a problem. There's a lot of dilly-eyed top in the morning to you, ho-ho. Like, it's a bit of like, I'm watching it going, I've watched 2 episodes. I'm not fully sold.
That's why I'm not watching it, because I thought if I say, oh, it's really good, you're going to go, are you serious? It's full of stereotypical Irish.
I was waiting for Shane's opinion on it.
It was okay. I've only watched 2
all
episodes of it. I've watched 2 episodes of it, and yeah. So I to be fair, I wasn't sold on Peaky Blinders until the end of season 1. Like it was very slow burn, and a lot of the greatest TV shows are slow burns for the first season because they're setting things up that need to be set up. Breaking Bad's one of the greatest TV shows ever made, but it's incredibly slow that first season. But it has to be, because it has to introduce you to the characters and the dynamic between, for example, Hank and Walt and Skyler, the villain of the show. And you know, but my point is, it sets things up. And Peaky Blinders, it wasn't like, it wasn't love at first sight for me. It wasn't like the first episode, oh, I'm all in. It gradually built up, and then by season 2, I was like, oh man, I'm all in this. This is quality TV.
This could be the same.
It could be the
I
same.
finished the
It
first
could be the
season, and
same.
I started off struggling. By the end of the season, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for season 2 now.
Yeah, it could be the same.
Yeah.
But not much has happened in the first 2 episodes, really. And some of the accents are dire. Some of the accents are dire.
See,
They're just...
I was watching this, and I was just like, Shane doesn't sound like this.
I'm telling you, it's okay. The Irish accent's very hard to capture, but I was fooled once before. Have you ever watched Normal People?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bloody good show, and a show that I think needed to be made. Basically, it's based in a book called of the same name by an author called Sally Rooney, and it's about a young Irish couple who are starting a relationship, and kind of through, say, leaving cert, and then into basically the last year in school, and then into college. And Paul Mescal is Irish, But Daisy, is it Daisy Edgar Jones? She plays an Irish girl. She had me fooled. I genuinely thought she was Irish, but I think that's the only time.
She's a good actress.
Yeah, it's a good accent. She got the accent right, but it was like, you know,
I'm
I also quite
interested-
like Brad Pitt's accent in.
You like Dags?
Yeah, but that's not even Irish. I don't even know what that is. It's a
No,
mixture
no.
of a bunch of things, but he's very good. But yeah, the accents. There's one or two. One of the main characters, who's like the security for the Guinness. He's no.
Oh, Sean Rafferty, Mr. Rafferty.
It's not. That's not. But look, first 2 episodes. If the show is good, I should be able to get over the accent.
I'd like to get your opinion on Jack Gleeson because he's Irish, isn't he? Is he an Irish?
He is, yeah. That's Donald Gleeson's son.
Yeah. Oh,
And he's
really?
in one of my favorite science fiction movies. I believe he's in Ex Machina. I think he is.
Don't know.
Pretty sure he is.
Don't know.
I think he's.
I thought he was good in this. I just want to know if he
Yeah.
got the accent down, but you'd hope so.
He's Irish. Yeah, he's Brendan Gleeson's son. Yeah, he's the ginger fella. He was in Star Wars, wasn't he? Yeah.
Was he?
No, I think he was in Star Wars. Yeah, he was in something. I believe he was in Star Wars. I think maybe the sequels.
That's
or
a different
something.
actor, isn't it?
No, I think he had a
Jack
role.
Gleeson was Joffrey.
Oh, sorry, you're talking Jack. I'm thinking about Donald
Yeah.
Gleeson. Donald Gleeson
Yeah.
is Brendan Gleeson's son. Jack Gleeson was in The Dark Knight. He played
Yes,
Gordon's
as a
son,
kid.
or say he's in the Batman Begins actually, and he was obviously Joffrey. Sorry, yeah. And he's in. Oh, he's very good. I watched him in something else, and he was very good.
He's in more things than I thought. He's in The Sandman and a few other stuff. Yeah, it took me by surprise.
He took a step back from acting.
Rain
I
of
think
Fire.
he got a lot of abuse for the Joffrey thing. People not
It's
being
'cause he
able
did
to
so good.
distinguish between reality, a man doing a job pretending to be evil, and actually someone being evil. Yeah, there's no hope for some people, but yeah. Any way to rig the duck races? If I was to rig the duck races, everyone on my panel would be winning everything. Fact. Everyone on my panel will be winning everything. Now, there's a strong chance some people in the panel could win something because some of them, they're
Set
channel members.
yourself up.
But I don't care. Like, people can squawk all they like. I'll just mute them. You're blocked. I love the block button. It's great. Life's too short not to use it. Yeah, just on the wrong channel if you're going to be if you want to be placated. Blurred Dad Life, how are you doing? Dogito, as someone who does draw, that still happens to me. Don't always get what I want and sometimes get better. Yeah, that's good, but I suppose that's the difference between art and science, isn't it? Like, sometimes the mistakes in art end up being celebrated. I believe, I don't know how true the story is, but I want it to be true. You know Radiohead's Creep? Do you know right before they go into the chorus, there's this distorted, it's like a Palm Mutant heavy riff. The story goes that they were recording and Johnny Greenwood actually slipped in the studio and just hit off the guitar, and they were recording it, but they weren't exactly sure what exactly the riff was. They liked the sound so much that they spent a week trying to figure out what it is. So it probably isn't true, but it's the type of thing that I want to be true, you know, because it is a cool addition to the song. As someone out there now is just going, that's just open drop D, Shane. And I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I think I said this already. Just got back from killing my leg sesh. Good stuff.
Nice.
I hope you got the creatine in, man.
He's a beast.
Great to hear it. You should like it. You're Irish. Conor McGregor's Irish. I don't like him. Watch your point.
Stanley.
Jesus. Man, it's like crowd control here. Okay. Any other thoughts on Venom? Cool. All right, we'll go back and see what you want to talk about. Anyone at all?
To the face off.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Bob. So if we all switch over to private chat first of all.
Okay.
Thanks, Bob, for doing these. You're in the middle. Look,
No
we'll go with
worries.
those teams. So left against right, myself and Jim. against Phil and Harrison, and I'll get the music going here.
Sorry, Harrison.
That's
really
all right. As long as
enjoyed,
it's not Fantastic Four, we should be all right.
Yeah, I was going to
think
say,
you
I
guys have
watched
got
that
this.
earlier. I really enjoyed that show. That was brilliant.
Good stuff. I think myself and Jim got this because we are the. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go.
Is that the lamb from Alien Earth? No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the star of the show.
Didn't go in his eye though.
No. No. All right. Where do I got this music? There we go. All right.
All good?
Fire away.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
We can go first.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
Okay. Harrison, Phil? Okay. In what year was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest released?
78 just dropped in my head for some reason.
I've heard of it.
Whether
but
that's right,
I've
but-
not seen it.
Classic film.
I'll go with
Sorry.
your answer. I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it quick. 78 final answer.
Locking in. The answer was 1975.
Ooh,
Good guess.
close.
Good guess. To be
Close.
fair.
Good guess. Okay. Jim and Shane. In what year was the film Seven released?
Oh, right. Okay. I'm pretty sure Fight Club came out in 1999, and that's by David Fincher. Seven is also by David Fincher. So the question is, which came out first? I think Seven came out first.
I thought it was the other way round, but I've only watched Seven once. Never rewatched it, so I wouldn't go based on myself. So what are you thinking, more like 96?
I'm actually thinking 97.
97.
Mhm.
Is that a 90s film? It doesn't feel like it's that. Yeah, it would be.
I don't. It's not a. It's not a noughties because I'm just thinking if it's
Yeah.
1999 and he starts making a movie, it'll probably take him a year or two to make it. I don't think it was noughties, and I do think it was before.
Just thinking, because I was researching horror films today, thinking Bob will do horror films, and he messed me up. So
Seven is a
Scream
great movie.
3 came out in 2000.
Dedication.
Was it before that? I could see it being.
You know what, man? I think it's 96 or 97. I'd be leaning towards 1997.
I'm happy with 97. Shoot
But
it.
if look at Brad Pitt, right? So obviously his physique in Fight Club is like god tier stuff, and he does look younger in Seven. He definitely looked a bit more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like. But
Yeah,
how
that's a
much
fair
younger?
point. They're going to be in the same ballpark, right? Go 97. I can't think of any reason to go either way, to be honest.
I actually think you might be right. I think it could be 96, man.
Yeah?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with your initial guess. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with 96.
Alright,
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Locking in.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we're wrong, we're only wrong by a year, I'd say. But yeah, we're locking in at 1996. Final answer.
Okay. Seven was released in 1995.
Oh!
God.
That was so close.
Look, we were there thereabouts. We were there thereabouts.
There is a theme today, and it is numbers.
I like that.
I was
like
wondering that.
Fucking Zodiac here.
Right, Phil and Harrison. Who directed the 2018 movie Ready Player One?
That's what's it called?
Joss Whedon, was it?
No, it's thingy. Oh, why can't I get his bloody name out? He did.
Michael Bay.
No. Ready Player One is. I know this. And why is it not coming?
I
up?
know this. It's
Any other movies come to mind, Harrison, at all?
Yeah, big film. Fuck. What's his name? I know his name.
you do.
Not Gareth Edwards.
No. No, it's a big one. Spielberg?
I was just going to say Spielberg as well.
It's not yeah, I'd go with that. I don't think it's Spielberg. I'll go with it. Unless you've got any better ideas.
No, there's something in the back of the head. For some reason, there's also thinking maybe it was Spielberg.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
And I've got no other better ideas, so go for it.
Locking in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Director of 2018 movie Ready Player One was Steven Spielberg.
Damn it! I knew you had that one right.
So annoying. Yeah.
You know when you're trying to think of a name and it's just like,
Well
what
done,
is
mate.
that damn name?
Yeah.
When you were struggling with it, I'm like, if you don't get this, you're going to be pinching yourself later.
Oh, he's done big films. I was like,
Yeah, big. He's like big. His name wasn't coming out of my head.
BFG.
Well,
Yeah.
Shane and Jim then. Pressure's on. Who directed the 2006 movie 300?
Zack Snyder.
Yep.
Final answer.
that was easy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Steven Spielberg wasn't easy. To be fair, it's not a movie you hear too much about, but like, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're one
That's
apiece.
One apiece then. Yeah. Right. Phil, Harrison. Who played Cy the Photo Guy in the 2002 film 1 Hour Photo?
That was Robin Williams, yeah.
Good shot, baby.
Locking in?
Yeah.
It was Robin Williams.
Wow.
Right, chaps, no pressure.
Jim looks like he's warming up in the ring there, like.
He does, didn't he?
My desk is in the standing position and everything.
Okay. Who played James Cole in the 1995 film 12 Monkeys?
It's not fair. I wasn't born yet. I'm joking.
Okay. 12 Monkeys. I know
I've never seen
Brad
this film.
Pitt's in that. And I think Bruce Willis. Is in it as well.
I think he is. From I know of this film. I've just never actually watched it.
So, is it Brad Pitt or is it Bruce Willis? Because I reckon it is one of them. Well, given
It's a
that he
sci-fi
went with
film, right?
the main character, I only watched this movie once and I was too young and I didn't get it. Probably should go back and watch it again. But given that he gave the main character from 1 Hour Photo, I think the main character in this is played by Bruce Willis. So do you want to shoot with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, the only actor I remember being attached to this is Bruce Willis, so I'm happy with that.
I watched Sixth Sense last night. I forgot how good it was. Okay.
I've never watched that all the way through either.
Oh God, you need to watch that all the way through.
Yeah, I've
You
been
really
spoiled
need
for
to.
it though.
Ah man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Although I did watch. I think I watched it in the cinema. I watched it once since, and then I watched it last night. But when I watched it in the cinema towards the end, I was like, oh, I know what's going on here. Like, and then when you watch it, it's actually really interesting watching it again. In the same way that when you watch The Usual Suspects the first time, you don't have a clue what's going on because I did not see that. But then you watch it again, you're like, oh, you see all the little
That's a
things.
good
It's
point.
actually, it's like watching
That's a
two
good point.
movies. I love it. It's well worth watching again.
thought
You
the
actually
others
might
was-
enjoy it more.
I thought the others was pretty good as well. That was quite similar, wasn't it?
Oh, The
The
Others
Others,
is
yeah,
I like that.
fantastic. Love that film. That is an excellent.
Is that a horror movie?
That's Nicole Kidman, isn't
kind
it?
of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
Nicole
it's
Kidman.
such a good
I
film.
watched that once, but yeah, we're watching a lot of horror. Obviously this season. So yeah, I wanna watch that again. I wanna watch that again.
That's a good one.
We're gonna go Bruce Willis if there's no
Okay.
objections.
Yep.
Jim,
You locking in on,
Yeah,
on that?
happy.
we're locking
Okay.
it in.
The actor who played James Cole in 1995 film 12 Monkeys was Bruce Willis.
Yes, 2 apiece.
This
Okay,
is a
do you have, do you have an
high-scoring
age, a
game.
tiebreaker?
I've got an age tiebreaker.
All right, let's do
So
it.
the nearest person to it wins, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, how old is Halle Berry?
Okay, is she north of 50, Jim? Surely she is.
I was thinking 40s,
Do you think so?
but I was in my head. The thing that popped into my head was 45, but I could also see her being older. How old was she when she did Catwoman?
Haven't watched that movie. Never will. But
Oh, careful, Vitter's watching.
but I remember like watching the first X-Men, and I was only like maybe, I don't know, 16, and she had to have been in her 20s then. Like, do you know what I mean? I reckon she's got 10 years on me, but she just looks really, really well still. Because look in John Wick, like, she's no spring chicken. She still looks well.
It's true. I forgot she was in it.
I reckon she's about 52.
Yeah, go on then. Early 50s.
Well,
that's right.
Well, the guys.
I reckon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I reckon.
See, we're doing all the spade work for them, and they're just sitting back. You see.
I was thinking just before 50. I was thinking 49 in my head.
I'm happy to go with that.
I think we've got this one, Jim. If we shoot with 52, she's not in her 40s.
No.
Yeah, let's stick with it, and you guys can't change your answer now. Sorry.
We haven't locked it in
Are
yet.
we-
Neither have we. We're waiting for you to go first.
52 has.
Yeah.
Chill out. Dickwad.
No, I'm happy with 49. I'm not sure if she's quite into her 50s yet.
Yeah, we'll go with
So
that.
you guys locking in on 49?
We'll lock in 52. I think she might actually be north of 52. She just
And you're
looks
locking
after
in on
herself, I'd imagine.
52.
We're locking in 52.
Okay. Halle Berry is, at this point in time,
I think she's 56, but go on.
59.
Oh!
Oh no way!
You love to see it.
Wow.
You love to see it. Yeah.
So Jim
People-
and Shane take it at the end.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well done, boys.
Yeah, unlucky
Alright.
guys.
Well done,
Good game,
Alison.
Good game.
I have exorcised the demons.
All right. Exercise the demons. All right.
Good game.
Get the music back. Cheers, folks. Well played. Thanks
GG.
very much for doing the questions, Bob.
Pleasure.
Thanks,
Hey.
Bob.
Consolation prize, Harrison and Phil. You get to choose what we're gonna talk about next.
With what we've got Terminator and INART. Should we do INART and then leave Terminator for last?
And then we've got there's a Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight
Oh,
Armory
yeah,
as well.
we've not done the Dark Knight yet.
Yep,
Go.
so it's up to
Do
yourselves.
INART?
Cool. I've got a separate. The INART stuff. I have a separate showcase, but it's mainly the Terminator stuff that they released, or sorry, that they put up on their Wonderfest. I don't have photos of. I know that they have photos of. We can briefly. I'll tell you what. This slide shows all the Terminator stuff, but I'm gonna go into. I'll just go to their site. I have their Facebook there as well, so it was one of the groups actually. So you should be able to see it now. Or is it? Is that their group? Yeah, that's a group. It's not their official. That's not the official one, I don't think. Yeah, so I'll just flick through some of these. There were some photos. I think it was this photo here. People were saying, "Oh, this looks terrible," but then you had this photo, and it looks significantly better. You know what I mean? Like I do think this looks quite good. Definitely this one here.
I think it's just
On the
washed
right,
out.
obviously doesn't look. Yeah, it's not a good, it's
Yeah.
not a good photo. Although I
Bad
think on the
angle
left here
behind.
he's quite tan, and I think his character was a
No,
bit
that
paler.
one on the right, he's been like 50 feet away and zoomed in on his camera phone. It's just there's no detail.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
He's got
whereas
heavy
that looks
eyeshadow.
significantly better.
It does. It's good to see that actually, because I only saw the other photo. This looks a lot better.
Yeah. Are these? I can't remember. Are these? That's not for
112?
Wonderfest. I don't know. Is it for Wonder? Are they? Hardly.
Yeah. There are some good 112 ones. Was it Trevor?
Yeah,
In the group that looked amazing. Dumbledore, Richard Harris, looks incredible. Very excited for
They
that.
showed a Dumbledore. It's all a Wonderfest. Then they showed this. So this is the actual photo, and then someone was tweaking it. I don't know, to make it look more like, I don't know. I just think it's really funny when you flick back and forth. It's like when you're posing with the separate rolling eyeballs features and you make a mistake. So this needs work, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's no way
this is
INART are
terrible.
gonna. There's no way INART are gonna release that.
Yeah.
No.
But this is what they do, isn't it? Like, the early prototypes they put out and go, this is where we're at the moment. Everyone lose their minds. They take feedback, and then the actual official pre-order photos blow your mind. Like the Walking Dead photos, they just captivated me. The Joaquin Phoenix 4-pack, the original promotional photos, the same thing. The Dune photos, you know what I mean? Like, they really drew you in. Go, God, this looks like an actual person. But we've seen, examples of bad prototype. We've seen them do this before with the Aragorn. The very first Aragorn we saw was nowhere near what we got, or even the prototype images. So I don't know. Is anyone particularly worried about this? Yeah.
About the Batman?
Yeah.
I'm tempted to probably get this, because I think the suit looks a lot better in terms of like the proportions. Yeah, and the cowl I think looks a lot better, and it's a good opportunity because I've got this one here, but then he's got no, I've got that head sculpt just sitting in a little INART box, so it could be good to have a one without the cowl, one with the cowl, just to have the two. But we'll see. It's really dependent on what else is going on in the collecting sphere. But the body does look a lot better. He's got caps delts here. And he just looks yoked.
Your better half is making a point here. Shane, you watched Honey, but you wouldn't watch Catwoman.
Yeah,
well,
if
Honey is a bloody masterpiece. So like, if maybe Catwoman is on the same is Jessica Alba in Catwoman? Yeah,
she is right at the end, so you have to watch right till just before the credits roll.
Right in the end, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's funny because I can see this looks quite good, but I don't have the eye for this. And then this is like, it's. I have no doubt this is not how it's going to turn out.
If it does, then that's
like it's going to turn out better.
This is like a stunt double.
I'd be very shocked if it turned out, if this was what they went with.
Yeah, we've seen this time and time again. The initial Aragorn photos, people lost their mind, and then the pre-order photos dropped, and it was incredible. Probably the most impressive pre-order photos I've ever seen from any 6-scale figure. The Christopher Reeves didn't look great when we saw it a year ago, and now it's significantly improved. So I think we're going to see, even with the Terminator photos we'll look at later on, like, it needs work, but it will get the work.
How many years ago did they announce that when they released that list of the licenses they had? And
that could be 2 years ago. They're very slow. I
know that it was before Joker, wasn't it? It was before the 4-pack and all the rest of it. And
I don't know, but I know the Christopher Reeve. I'm pretty sure it was last year.
I think
we saw those two
that
things.
List was the list that they originally put out, wasn't it? It had like Legolas and Gandalf.
But I just think they're literally showing, they're still coming sort of prototypes. Some of these, I bet some of these are still not coming for at least another 18 months, 2 years.
Oh yeah, probably.
Do you know what I don't like about INART? Like, you're at the Wonderfest, get a photographer, take a photo, and put them all on your official Facebook page, because this is just a group, and it's great and it's handy, and I appreciate people putting photos up and stuff like that. But then you go over to their actual official Facebook page, and it's like some video highlighting a few things, and then they did a live stream. It was like vertical mode, just like do what Hot Toys does to every single convention they're at, Secret Base or Wonderfest or whatever. They just take a bunch of photos and they put them on so you can see. Like it's that's a no-brainer.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Who's doing PR for them?
Maybe it's just because they don't want the criticism then, if you like. So if they're putting these out there just to say, well, they are coming sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a fair point, because they're not ready.
Yeah, so what the first thing people are going to do is, that's rubbish, that's terrible, you need to improve this. And maybe they just don't want the hassle, and it's like,
yeah,
we'll let everyone else showcase it for us, or maybe not in the
And
case.
to be fair, we're doing that right now, but we're just not being assholes about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
like even with the Terminator, there's things that they definitely could improve. So that's a perfect segue. Yeah, look, they did the Christopher Reeve, and they did like they showcased the Dark Knight Rises Catwoman, but I still think that needs a lot of work. But I do think they're going to get it. I'm not too worried. So this is photos from Wonderfest Shanghai specifically. It's a real Terminator week, man. This is really Christmas for me. So over the last few months, Hot Toys have released their 2.0s of their T1000, their battle damaged T800 2.0, and then their clean T800 2.0. They've just put up for pre-order their Endoskeleton. So like they're 4 solid figures from like one of the greatest movies of all time. And now we've got INART going down the Terminator 1 rabbit hole, which is great to see. Yeah, look, there's a few things up with this. What I noticed straight away is I think the likeness isn't all the way there, even with the glasses on. I think the hair sculpt is quite good, but needs a bit more work. It was pointed out to me yesterday that there should be like a silver kind of studs and on this, and there should be like a zip as well that should be silver on it. There's no zip on this, which is quite a good catch. I noticed that the buckle there on the left bottom corner, on like say his left side, on our right side, should actually be hanging down, but maybe that's just because they pushed it in all the way. You can notice that the other end of it is hanging down, but it should be the opposite way, which I presume that's a simple fix to just feed it through. So
that's where the zip is, Shane. It's just there hanging over the buckle. Look,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it looks like it.
Yeah. Is there? What you mean? Is there a zip on it?
Did you say there was no zip with it?
Yeah. I couldn't see a zip.
So where the buckle itself is, on the sort of top left of that's where the zip is sort of sat for some reason, instead of being all the way to the bottom of the jacket.
Right. Okay. Because I noticed, like, I think there's a picture. I'm not sure if it's on this slideshow or did I see it somewhere else, where you can clearly see the zip is very. I think it's actually. Like, I still think this looks good, and I'm not worried about this at all. I think it looks good. It's more excited that, okay, they actually have the Terminator 1 license. This is going to happen. And while I think the reality is this is not going to go for pre-order this year, we'll probably see this again in a year, and then it will go up for pre-order, and then we won't see it for another year. So the earliest we're going to see this, I'd say, is 2027. Like, which is like, all right. But at least if they don't put this up for pre-order for a year, they should improve the way they normally do. Yeah, you can kind of see it coming through. These pictures look very small on my end here, but you can see, like, on the left of his jacket where you can see the shiny zip, and there's a few studs and stuff there. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, it's another Affleck scenario, isn't it? This will be far better when... I wouldn't even class some of these as actual prototypes. I think they're just proving that these things are going to be, and proving they've got a license, and they're
hype
100%.
pieces.
Yeah, they're definitely going to improve on these. But in saying that, the glasses are better than Hot Toys one, even if it is only a hype piece.
True. Yeah. And I have the Hot Toys version of this, and it's definitely it's no slouch. Like, it's a good figure. It's just a bit dated. As in, the likeness is quite good, definitely with the glasses on. But what I notice is the body proportions weren't as great. So he looks like he doesn't look as big. He doesn't look as big up top as he should be. And Arnie's still a juggernaut, even though it's a few years after Mr. Universe. He was still in phenomenal shape. His physical presence was such a big part of the movie, and you know how he looked. So when I look at that figure, it's like, it's still great, or it's still good, The likeness is still pretty good. All in all, it just reminds me of a great moment from a great movie, but I know that it's starting to look dated compared to other modern offerings. But it's never going anywhere because it's signed by Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn, the box. So it's like it's staying in it. But I would just box that away, and this one would be. Is anyone interested in this?
I was tempted, but I'll probably stick with T2. T2's the one for me. I need to watch T1 more. I've only seen it probably a handful of times compared to T2 I've seen. I don't even know at this point, but T1 is one of the ones that I want to watch a bit more because it's a great film, but I just never, it's just always been T2 in my mind. So like when you're talking about the issues with this figure, when I saw this, I didn't see that. I was just like, this looks great. I can see it with the head sculpts now though, especially he's tilted back a bit here. He looks a bit too wide in the jaw, almost. His face looks a bit too round, but I don't know, I thought this looked pretty good. Also though, I remember him more with his big jacket he gets from Hudson. You know, the guy that plays Hudson. You know, the beginning of the film. I remember that jacket more. Is it Hudson he gets it from? I know that's where he meets the actor that plays. I forget his name. What? The actor's name.
Are you talking about Terminator 1?
Yeah. This isn't T1 because he meets those punks, right?
Oh yeah,
one
meets,
of them actually plays Hudson.
It's Bill Paxton.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and he would be Hudson. Game over, man. Game over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Ash, I cannot take this comment seriously. This is like when someone looks at something like a prototype and goes, it looks nothing like the actor or actress, when it probably still is like a 5 or 6 out of 10 or whatever like this. So I presume he's saying this is trash and doesn't look good at all, but I can't take you seriously. Now tell me this, if I put some Wolverine claws in it, would you like it? Probably. I cannot take I'm looking at this like subjectively, as much as this is an iconic movie and an iconic scene from an iconic movie, and it's right up my alley, I can still see there's work to be done, but there's no way is it called trash. Completely disagree with you. I agree with JB though, free eye tests are available. Figure Fittycraft says, I'll take them. I'll take all of them. Add T3 to the order. No. That's a rumor. There's only two movies. T2 is close to James Cameron's original vision, but the effects, yeah, fair enough. Bill Paxton, legend, only actor to get mopped Flora, Terminator and Alien, absolutely. No, Ash, you're just talking shy, to be honest, Ash. I can't take you seriously. 1-6 focus. Do you think Hot Toys will make its own T1 battle damage? What do you mean? Do you mean the like as in what's on screen here with the battle damage version, or what? I'm not sure what you mean. Anyone interested in this?
What was that lady called in? Was it in the third Terminator, in like the burgundy type suit?
The Terminatrix, I think it was called.
She was quite cool, I thought.
Do you know my problem with that? No. Her name was Christina Loken, I believe.
I'm with you, Bill. Bob. Bill?
And I'm going to tell you where you got wrong. So, do you know in the first movie, is like it's science fiction, but it's like a science fiction horror, yeah? Like, it was scary because you did not want the Terminator to catch you. That was the scary thing. In the same thing, that the T-1000, you didn't want the T-1000 to catch you. It's scary.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. You were going to chase the Terminatrix, aren't you?
I set up that joke so well. You know, Ricky Gervais does this a lot. He sets up the jokes and then he just doesn't do the punchline. Everyone starts at it. So I'm going to say less now. So what needs to be tweaked here? The metal studs on the jacket, definitely. The zipper, yeah. I think the pants could be tightened in a tiny bit, just a smidge. A little bit more work. Pardon?
A little bit on the hairdo. Yeah,
and I think maybe the face sculpt is a little bit too wide. But I have no doubt that the final product, the prototype images in the final product will be.
It should be, to be fair, in 2 years' time, when you look how far figures have advanced in the last 2 years.
Has to be, yeah. So
it's got to be in it.
not worried. I don't think this looks so strong though. I think this needs a lot of work. I really think this needs a lot of work. To be fair, it's a hard one. Like, are they basing it on Arnie's likeness in that movie, or Arnie with the prosthetics? You know what I mean? I just think that definitely needs.
It's a nice concept, though, isn't it? I think if they get it right, it's a good
yeah.
look.
And I think it was Jose was saying that. I don't know, was it Jose? Someone was saying that it's not going to be like a 2-pack with these lads. That they want like to give you to swap out battle damage, clothing, and head sculpt. Now I don't know. Will it be like a 2-pack, the endoskeleton, and then the T800, and the T800 comes with those parts? I'm not sure how it's going to work. Like, but whether it's a 1, 2, or 3, I'm in.
Cool.
This is really quickly. I can barely read this now, so I'm not sure how can you read it. Just from in my mind's eye, the Terminator, the T800 endoskeleton from Terminator 1 and 2, they were similar but not entirely the same. But the main differences that I remember is that the first one looked a lot blockier and was chest heavy, more top heavy, whereas the second one, the one on the right, was more skeletal looking and more kind of like anatomically correct. People are pointing out that the feet look quite mechanical on the INART one. I think they probably need a bit of work, but they were definitely bigger than the feet on the other one, I think. And the fingers, I think, on the T800 are supposed to be narrower, but they've made them thicker on the Hot Toys one. I don't know, maybe that's just maybe, I don't know, an engineering thing. They couldn't do it, but yeah. Basically, the one on the left looks a lot more blocky and mechanical, and the one on the right looks more like a metal skeleton. And
I think the one on the left looks a lot more intimidating as well from those images.
Yeah, but I think this is a terrible picture on the right though, like the Hot Toys one.
Yeah,
I think it's a bad photo or whatever to pose, because I went back and rewatched, like, of all the PNGs. Usually the PNGs are quite cool, but like I went back and watched just the intro, and yeah, it's just so good, man. It's just so good. And I don't know, does this actually carry through? I don't think it does, but no, I don't think it actually does. That's a video, and they just show that the eyes light up. But I don't think it's going to be USB powered. I just don't know. Do you know?
I think it should be USB powered though. I think Hot Toys
it should be
as well.
So should the Hot Toys one though, but I'm probably going to end up getting a Fusion for that.
Yeah, I think it'd be needed.
Yeah. I'm just INART really. Have they done anything USB yet? The Michael Jackson one's USB-C to base, but I'm just looking at the base that comes with the red suit Joker, and as incredible as it is, it's a push button, which is a problem, because if you're wiring something in and you want to turn everything on at once in a smart plug, it has that same problem that the DeLorean from Hot Toys had. Then when you do push the button on, it's just like a little Joker lights up on the front, like the name, and a few dots around it, which is kind of cool looking, but like it shouldn't be push button. And then the two things you really want to be lit up, which are the two spotlights, you have to like unscrew them and individually turn them on. It's a bit silly, so just
I've never even done it with mine.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise that you could do that with the top lights. I thought they were just as they were.
T3 better than Terminator Salvation. Again, there's only 2 Terminator movies, Moose. Come on now. You know, you're better than that. I do like Christian Bale, but I remember watching, I think it was the first time I watched a Christian Bale movie where I'm like, all right, that's the first Bale movie I didn't like. There was parts of it were like, oh, this is interesting. There's a really funny part towards the end where, you know the way Christian Bale is really intense, and during that filming of that was the one he lost his shit with some lighting guy, and that, you know, have you ever seen that clip where someone I know gets in his way? Oh, good for you! Yeah, and he just completely loses it. But there's a scene in the movie where they're trying to escape some base or something. This little kid is just in the wrong way, the wrong place at the wrong time, and Christian Bale just kind of catches her. Like, she's a tiny little cute kid. He's like, "You move!" And it was like totally unnecessary. Like, it was just too intense even for him. Like, but yeah. Like I don't care if this is a 1-pack, 2-pack, or 3-pack. I'm in. So in about 18 months' time, we'll see these go up for pre-order and make decisions then. But any closing thoughts on them? All right. Have a chat about the armory. So, anyone interested in this armory? I doubt it, but I'm gonna flick through some of these photos. I think I've said everything I want to say about this already, but any thoughts?
In terms of the suit chain, do you think it's as good as or better than the DX19?
Yeah, I think the suit is probably better, but I still don't think the cowl on this one or the cowl on the... Okay, the cowl on the DX19 isn't perfect, let's be fair.
Yeah.
But I don't think the cowl on this one or the one that comes with the Dark Knight Rises one, they didn't sell me either. The suit looks great, but I think the cowl and some of the faceplates are just silly looking. And like, it's... Okay, there was one or two... There's times in the trilogy where he makes these fighting faces if he's breathing or whatever like that. He kind of... he's breathing, but whatever... Taking panic breaths or something, and he has funny expressions on his face, but they don't even capture them right in these faceplates. So I think what lets this whole set down is the cowl, the faceplates, and the Bruce Wayne. I can see Bale in it, but it's like they've aged him up, and it's unfortunately lets it down. So like the suit looks great, but just the cowl, it's almost like they're mismatched. And this is my favorite VAT suit, but it's just they're not doing any justice. That looks all right there.
Yeah, actually looks pretty good. I never noticed the colorations on this suit before. I always just thought it was fully black.
No, there's definitely a mix of black and gunmetal or charcoal, carbon fiber.
Yeah,
and I really like the gold.
That's quite interesting.
See, it's the paneling I
the
like.
112th.
Yeah,
yeah, they
it's
did it
the
with the 112th.
like.
You got there.
So I am waiting for INART in that. Now I can't rule this out because, like, I don't think the Bale sculpt is terrible. I don't think it's just not like it's not their best work. It's not even close to their best work. I think the suit looks very nice. It's possible,
Yeah, it does.
but the problem is when you see them doing things like that Wolverine sculpt or that Black Widow sculpt and all these incredible sculpts, and you know they can do better. That's what's frustrating from like one of the greatest movies ever made. Suit looks great. The armory looks great. Again, I couldn't rule it out. I might just take a notion and go, you know what, I want to pick that up, but I think I'll just wait for INART, and that could be waiting for a long time. Or they should just come out and go, we're not doing it, or we are doing it. Because if they can get the 1/12th suit and sculpt look as good as they did, surely they can just do this extremely good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that looks so good.
That does look cool.
Plus, now this is out, give it a couple more weeks, and Hot Toys will announce the single version.
Yes,
Of just
they
the
will.
armor.
They will.
They'll just do. Now that these are all out, they'll just do the Batman that everyone wants. Just before INART gets there, just to beat them.
I will say though, like, I mean, there was people criticizing that T1000, and the first pose in the review video I had is just him in the clean look, just with the police outfit, the pants without the stripe, the police shoes, not boots, and he's just like walking with the gun and with the giving a bit of side eye, and I was like, this figure is awesome. So the right pose can really make a figure shine, and I think maybe this could be something you could pose it up and make it look quite well with the, you know, the correct tilt of the head and the eyes. Like, none of these sculpts, like, there was one photo back there that looked quite well, but I don't know. Like, it's funny, it looks okay there, but then it just looks not like Bale there. But the suit looks
Something about
great.
his mouth and jaw.
Yeah,
It's interesting how the light of the armory itself can make the figure look really. It can give it a completely different look.
and the lights are supposed
Once
to be
you've got
warmer.
Mm.
Yeah, they are. I think they are, aren't they? But
Yeah, they're
but it
advertised
certainly
as
has an
warm.
effect on. Yeah, it has a real effect on the figure because you're going to put it next to it, aren't you?
Ironically though, I actually prefer the cooler tone lights anyway. But like it's if it was advertised as warm, it should be warm. But yeah, I do actually quite like the cool
The
tone
cool
lights.
ones. Yeah.
It's just a pity that the sculpt wasn't a bit better and the cowl wasn't a bit better, because I think that'd be a win then.
Why do they always get the cowl wrong then? What's the story with that? Because it seems to be figure after figure, no one can get the cowl
Every
right.
Batman as well.
Cowl, like, and
Yeah.
it's the cowl. It seems to be the cowl for this and the cowl for the begins.
Why is it so difficult?
I don't know, because they've done more complicated things. The suit looks really well though.
Yeah, it hangs well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Armory looks incredible as well, and the suit. It's just, sorry, the bat suit, the Bale, the Bruce suit, and the armory all look incredible. But what are you going to do? I don't presume any of you people are picking this up.
No,
Probably
I need to
not.
get
No,
a
not
Batman
for
from this
me.
film at some point, but
Yeah, and
not
same
now.
as you, Jim. I really want a Bale Batman, but not that I'm knocking the DX19, but it's been out for a few years, and it's just a matter of time before either INART or, like Harrison said, Hot Toys are going to split this off and sell it as a single. So I'm going to wait it out.
makes sense.
Cool. I still can't rule this out though, but I think I'm just gonna wait. Just gonna wait until yeah, it could be waiting for INART, or it could be waiting for them to do a single version. But then what do? You get the single version, you'll still want the armory. Like, I still do want the armory. That's the thing. Like, so
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
don't know.
cool. There's a lot of accessories in there, and it looks
Yeah, it's
really good. I presume they all come out. They're not just sort of one
yeah,
sided.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like it's legitimate.
It's quite fiddly putting them all in there to start with, and you'd never want to take them out again.
Yeah, I'm really quickly going to run through this. So yeah, look, it's $400. It comes with 3 different battle damaged and clean parts: the chest, the right thigh, and then you've got a kind of a half battle damaged left arm. It is from one of the greatest movies ever made. It looks incredible. I know people, Harrison has issue with the teeth, and he's not the only one. I've heard people say that as well. I don't think it's going to bother me too much, to be honest. Hopefully it'll improve it, but look, they rarely do improve it. I really like the base. I like they have 2 blasters. This is one that should be USB powered. They're marking this as the battle damage version, so you can bet they're going to do a clean version, which is super shiny. This one of the most exciting announcements since I've been collecting. And I think I got my first Hot Toy in 2010, so on and off since then.
Wow.
So this is up there with the blue and yellow Wolverine suit for me, and the Bane 2.0. This is just a big deal. The ultimate triple threat here. Love the movie, love the source material, love this version. Will I like it in 10 years? Well, I've liked it since 1991, so I'll be liking this till the day I die. This is absolutely coming home, and that's all I have to say. Folks, who else is getting this? Who else wants to talk about it?
Definitely getting it. I don't know which version I'm going to get yet, because I do want a clean version. But like you said, that base on this is really selling me. It looks just, I love the skull base. They really did a good job on that. And this does look good. I like that it has the 2 guns. It's tempting. I just need to decide which one between this and the T1 version, really. But I just
So
need
I
to see
need
the
to-
in-art details more.
So I need to log back in again there.
Did we ever work out what the second head was? I don't know if I saw that in the end.
No. And no, and everyone's still crawling out, crying out for that that map of the diecast, which is like, they haven't told us exactly what's diecast and what isn't. Anyone else? Myself and Jim. Anyone else picking us up?
It's a
No,
maybe for me.
Go ahead, Bob. Sorry, man.
No, I just say it's a maybe for me. When is it? When are we looking at this being
Quarter
this year's off?
4, quarter 4 next year, maybe even to quarter 3 or 4, 2026.
Yeah,
Stanley
I won't
makes a
pre-order
valid point there. Imagine how incredible it would look with a shelf full of these for that one
Yeah.
scene.
it.
We couldn't
would,
afford
wouldn't
it, but it would look insane.
Mike's gonna get like 20 of these to fight off those 20 scorched cinemas.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be epic. Wow. That would be a good crossover.
Man, this is just gonna look incredible on the shelf, just standing there, man. Like, do you know the way something like this gets announced, and then it breaks the internet, and a lot of people hype into it, and then give it a few months, and something else gets announced, and then a bunch of these gets cancelled. You know the way like how that happens with a lot of figures. This is like the opposite of that for me. Like, if you like, and I think for Terminator fans, because like you've been waiting for so long, you thought like they've had their day to do things like that. Like they did like the Terminator 2 figures before, they did the Terminator 1 figures before, and then we thought, oh, it's all Marvel and DC and Star Wars now. And then suddenly, like, maybe it's the writer's strike or the fact that Marvel isn't going so well, or DC really isn't going so well either. And then they're going back to these great one-offs in these 80s and 90s. And this is like, and now with the new tech and how good they are at Iron Man, this is the opposite of a hype buy. Do you know what I mean? It's a movie that's what? How old is it? 34 years old? Would that be right? 1991?
Yeah, 91.
Yeah, 34.
So, like, if you're still thinking about it 30 years later, you probably liked it.
Yes.
That's
It's
how I was
instantly
with the big
recognizable
chap.
as well.
Sorry, Harrison?
Yes, same
So
Harrison.
that's how I was with the big chap. I
Yeah,
was just
same.
waiting for the big chap to
Perfect,
come
yeah.
back.
And that's going back further. That's 1979.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably reminds you of your childhood, Jim, yeah?
Oh yeah. I remember going to cinema and watching that. It was great.
In black and white, though. In black and white.
Yeah.
To the pictures.
Silent.
Yeah. Anyone else want to add something?
I was just going to say I haven't pre-ordered yet. It's an incredible figure. I absolutely love the base with the skulls and what have you. That's how bases should be. But I've got the battle damaged coming home at some point from Lion Rock. So that's all I feel I need at the moment. But never say never. I could flip a switch and I could end up POing this by the end of the month. So we'll see.
Yep. You keep talking to me, that's definitely going to happen. No, you're pretty.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You're kind of, you have your technique. Right, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. Anyone have something to plug or add?
No, it's been really quiet.
thank you.
I mean, there's a lot of figures potentially on the way, but in terms of releases, I've had other than the yellow and blue and yellow Wolverine, it's been pretty quiet, isn't it? Well, for me
Don't
anyway.
remind me. Don't remind me. Still
I've
waiting
got
on
my
that.
shipping notice.
Still waiting, Jim.
Yeah, I've heard nothing from Kit.
Was that
so
for
coming through
what?
soon.
Yellow and blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my
I
shipping
think you
notice.
got what, you got
today.
like 9%, something like that.
Yeah, it was a tiny amount. I saw that. I was just like, I don't mind waiting a little
Wow.
bit at the moment, actually. It's fine. To
Did
be
Lion
fair.
Rock, Shane?
Yeah, I got my shipping notification today.
No
And,
invoice for the T800 yet, though.
No, none
no.
for both T800s and Black Widow. I'm still waiting on as well. So
T800's great. You'll love it.
to be fair, I kind of ordered that a bit later because I wanted a special edition. He said like we'll try and get you one, so I was kind of a bit late to that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Waiting for that to come in. Did a bit of rearranging. Yeah, out of here soon. Thanks for giving up your times, gents, and if you're watching, I do appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely don't see eye to eye or agree all the time, folks, but sure, look, that's what makes it interesting. Yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a channel member if you want to be in on that giveaway for the 100th episode in about 3 weeks from today. And that's it. I'll see you later. Good luck.